Hello, my friends. Welcome to Prime Strings. I'm Henriette, and today we are learning The Shape of You, the Ed Sheeran song. This is one of my favourite songs, and I've wanted to do a lesson on it for some time. So here we are. So welcome to those of you who are with us on Instagram Live and also on YouTube Live. It's wonderful to see you all here, and I'm hoping that we're having a good session today. I'm hoping also that you have already downloaded the music. I am playing from a copy that I have downloaded from an online shop called Sheet Music Plus. So after this class is finished, I will put a link to Sheet Music Plus in the comments section of this video. And this video will stay on the Pro Strings Violin School YouTube channel, so you can always revisit it later. So when you're ready, here we go. And I'm hoping that you have your violin ready so that you can practice with me as we go along. I will play the song in short sections, and I will tell you a little bit about how to play these, and we will discuss the tricky bits. And then once we've covered the whole song, we will put it all together. So if you're here, hello everyone, nice to see you. Have your violin ready. Let's start by just quickly tuning up, shall we? So that we can play at the same pitch. So here's my A for you. G. And E. All right. So I'll give you just a quick moment to settle in and get your music ready, and then off we go. I'm hoping you know this song. I'm assuming you know this song, and I have a plan to do this more often. So if you've got any favorite songs that you'd like me to do a session on, then please write it in the comment section, and do let me know also if you've enjoyed this video at the end, and do of course like the channel, subscribe to the channel, because we're doing this many more times. Okay. You start this piece, Shape of You, with Pizzicato, and I'm playing this in the third position, and you can play this with me in the third position if you can do that already. In a minute, I'll show you another way as well. So here we go. Okay, so if you've learned the third position, I would definitely recommend that you play it in the third position. So I'm starting on the first finger on the A string. If you haven't yet learned the third position, that's all very good as well. You can play it in the third position. You play it on the third finger, and then you use the first finger on the E string, but in its low position. So you pull your first finger back to the beginning of the string. Okay, so this time let's play it in the first position. For those of you who want to join me in the first position. Okay, and what you do when you play pizzicato, in effect, you can actually put your bow down when you play this pizzicato, because you've got a rest to pick it up after this pizzicato section. Okay, so stick your thumb in the corner of the fingerboard right there. And that helps you gauge which string you're playing on, you see. So it's easier when you do that. And then when you pluck the strings, make sure your fingers are well above the fingerboard. So not here where you've got the rosin, because that is a bit sticky. It isn't now because I've just cleaned my strings. But normally when we play pizzicato, you go well away from the area where you are with your bow. Okay, so I'm going to play it in the first position. And perhaps we go just a slight little bit slower to help everyone who may be joining us here. Okay, if you have learned the third position, as I said before, go in the third position, please. After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. and. Okay, very well done. So how can we make this pizzicato the clearest way possible? So you want to make sure that as soon as you've played this note, you don't dampen the string with your finger, but leave your finger off the string until the moment you play your next note. Okay, so rather than going like this, the string dies down straight away, so you want to go. Okay, like that. Okay, so you let the string ring for as long as is possible. Okay, now let's play a little bit of the next section. And this is, for if you've got the sheet music, this is bar 13. Okay, I'll play it for you first and then we'll talk about it. I'm going from bar 13, I think, to bar 21. Okay, read it along if you have your music ready. So what can we do to make this nice sounding on violin? First of all, the place on the bow. I'm playing it in the middle of the bow and I have fairly short bow strokes right in the middle of the bow. Okay, so why don't you join me? We'll go a little bit slower and then if you have the music, you can read it off the music. If you haven't got the music, perhaps you can work it out how it goes. Okay, so right in the middle, make sure your bow is on the string before you start. After 3. 1, 2, 3. And. There we go. Have I skipped a line? Oh, shall we do that again? I beg your pardon. I think I've just skipped a line. From bar 13 again. 1, 2, 3. And. Yes, that's it. So you noticed if your bow strokes are nice and short, the bow is much easier to control. Perhaps you've also noticed that I'm using the 4th finger because it's much quicker than to go. It's much nicer to play the 4th finger. Now, you know, if you know me a little bit, that when you play the 4th finger, you make sure that your thumb at this side comes up. It makes the pinky much easier to use when you do that. So you may have also noticed that all these little sections start down bow. So this is a down bow. I'm going in this direction. Okay, let's do it again, shall we? 1, 2, 3. Now retake the bow. Look, I'm resetting it slightly below the middle. And retake the bow. It's a down bow again. Retake the bow again. Now in this section here, after those 3 beats rests, we're going to start up bow. So you can just leave your bow down after you finish the D. And then you go from here. 1, 2, 3. And. Retake the bow. Okay, well done. So we're adding little bits to our playing all the time and you're doing great. Well done. Okay, now this time I want you to focus on those 2 up bows and you see it in bar 15. So if you find figure 13, then count on from there. 13, 14, 15, you've got this bit. So you have 2 up bows. So you just stop the bow in the middle and you carry on playing in the same direction with your bow. So let's now go back to bar 13 and let's carry on after we've reached 21. So I'll count us in for 3. Are you ready? In the middle of your bow. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. One, two, three. One, two, three. Okay, let's go up to here, shall we? Now you've noticed all those accents on the notes. So I'm still more or less in the middle of the bow, but my bows are going to go louder and louder. So longer and longer. Okay, so let's see if we can manage that, shall we? Let's go from bar 21. 1 and 2 and that's it. And you want to really push every note a little bit more. Okay, you do that again later on. Now let's have a look at bar 25. And bar 25, I'm going to give us 1 beat rest. And this section, you may have noticed that I'm using the 4th finger all the time. So you can have your 4th finger ready. Remember, we were talking about our thumb earlier. Okay, so set your bow onto the string so you don't arrive onto the string, start playing from the air, because there is a risk that you'll bounce your bow then, you see. So place your bow onto the string. 1, 2, and. Carry on. Okay, good. So you've still noticed that I'm using short bow strokes, okay, in the middle of the bow. Really well done. That makes a very nice sound. Now, where we've got to now in the music, it says DS al coda. DS stands for the Italian dal segno, and that means from the sign. And the sign is, we've come across it in bar 13. So from here, you go back to bar 13, play all of that again until you get to bar 21. And there it says to coda. Coda means tail. So that is the end of the piece. So you go from the sign in bar 13 and you play through to coda. Coda is the double stop bit at the end. We'll come to that in a second. Okay, and there it finishes. So let me talk you through how the whole piece will go. We'll start at the beginning, obviously. We're going all the way through to the end of the line that starts on bar 29. So it's 29, 30, 31, 30 to bar 32. From the top to bar 32. From bar 32, we go back to bar 13. From bar 13, we play to bar 21. And from 21, we skip. And then we'll play the last 2 lines. Now, the last 2 lines are the ones that we haven't yet practiced. So let's have a look at those notes then. If you have already learned to play double stops, good for you. You can really practice them here. Nice section to practice double stops on. If you haven't played double stops, you might just play the top lines, okay? For those of you who've learned to play double stops, you can play it either in the 1st position and 3rd position, but I don't know if you've tried the 2nd position. And the 2nd position is actually ideal to play this section in. So I'll play it for you and I'll go slowly. so that you can perhaps join me. So I'm going to find the F, the bottom note of the first chord, on the D string with my first finger. Okay, so for those of you who are just joining us, welcome everyone. We're at the coda section now. Okay, so we're going to go and play this very slowly so that you can work out your double stops. I'm playing an F and an A. And now I'm going to play a 4 and a 2. So I'll tell you the fingering. The first note here is a first finger on the D string, maybe you can see it here, and an open A. Okay, then we're having second finger on A and a fourth finger on the G string. So 4 and 2. That changes to 3 and 1. 4 and 2. And now we're playing F and A. And now I'm going to the first position. Shall we try that again? Don't worry if you can't play this in double stops. That's totally fine. But we have a variety of different players here. So we're doing different ways. Okay, so if you have never played double stops, not to worry. You can play the top lines only. And if you are already learning double stops, then you can try it here because it's a good one, because it's in the second position. So let's find that F again. First finger on the D string, and we're going to play it together slowly. And this is the coda section. F and A, here we go. Now we're going to go to 4 on the G string, which is the E, and 2 on the D string, which is the G. You hear that? Now we go to 3 and 1. F and A. And then we're carrying on. For those of you who want to play just in the first position, that's fine. It's very similar to before, isn't it? Pick the top note of these chords and you might start on the fourth finger. Here we go. 4 and 1. Join in together on the last line. 3, 4, and 1. So let's try the last line again, shall we? So I'm on the A string, on the E string, beg your pardon here, on the E string, on the third finger, 4 and 1. Wow, that's coming together very nicely. So let's go a little bit faster, but before we do that, let me see if I can alter my device a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Let's go from the beginning and we'll put it all together. So we're not going to stop. We're playing it slightly under tempo first, and then I'll play it a bit more quickly again for those of you who can play it a little bit more quickly already. So are you ready to play it from the beginning? 1, 2, 3, 4, and and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2. And 1, 2, 3. And one, two, three. 2, 3. One, two, three. One, two, three. Well done. If you've kept up with me all that time, super playing. It's such a nice song, isn't it? I just love this one. Okay, for those of you who can play it a little bit faster, let's give it a go, shall we? Okay, it doesn't matter if you can't follow it, just practice it and you might get better at it all the time. Okay, so from the beginning, pizzicato. So let me just tell you one more time how we're going to do it. You start at the beginning, you go right the way through to bar, what did I say, 31. So the end of that line, which starts at bar 29. You go from there. No, yeah, 29. Dal segno al coda, find the coda. Back at bar 13. From bar 13, we go to bar 21. In bar 21, we skip that bit and we'll go straight to the coda and play the end. Okay, ready? Now we're going to go at pace. Dum, bum, 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 bum. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Well done, everyone. Lovely to see you here. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so now, because we do bring out videos every day, really, at the moment. And that goes from real beginners to very advanced players. And then we do the odd YouTube live session and Instagram live session once a month. So early next month, we might do another one. If you've got any requests of songs that you want me to do, please write them in the comments section below. Thank you very much for joining us, and feel free to share this with your friends. Goodbye.